Hello Libra, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. Some of you may have been in a relationship in the past. It could have been. Could be current. Some of you may be in a situationship. Others of you, it could be a very strong connection that's very energetic. However, no one's really speaking up. And for those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not use any spirit guides. I never have. I have certain reasons for that. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel, to provide you with some advice based on what comes up today. For some of you, this reading may be reversed. Could be even you, Libra. You may be feeling these feelings as well as your person of interest because of the intensity of these cards. We have here a nourishment followed by grief, selfhood, wisdom, relationship, awakening, power, crisis. Then we have cycles under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Libra, it took me a while to recognize how much of a perfect partner you really are, how perfect you and I could possibly be. It's taken me a while, but now I do. I see things differently now. I understand that you have this ability to fulfill me, my needs, my desires, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You have this power that makes my heart happy, makes my soul happy. I do value this now. But is it too late? Whatever has happened, I see now, as time has gone by. I grieve for you. There are things that I have said that I should not have said. Ways I've behaved, and I shouldn't have been like that. And now there is remorse, regret. Even at points in time, I feel guilty. There's a sense of sadness and melancholy because my heart is broken because I broke yours. And it hurts me. It pains me on the inside because I feel as though I'm losing you now forever. Because of the things that I've said, the things that I never did, that I should have done, the things that I never said that I should have said. I should have been there for you. But instead I ran the other way. And now I see that with my action, you have reacted. You are now someone who is very strong, independent, self-sufficient, self-reliant. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. That's what it looks like to me now. Yes, you were these things before, but now it's just heightened. I see now that you are someone who has truly moved beyond what you were before. And I see that you are now very guarded. This feeling that I get of you being so guarded, it is intimidating for me because now I feel as though I don't have a chance anymore. I thought I knew you once, and it turns out now that my opinion, the impression that I had, things are quite different. This experience that I've had before, it wasn't difficult for me in the beginning. Yes, it was a challenge, but it wasn't difficult for me to know who you were. Now, things have changed. You have changed. And if I want to restart, rekindle, it's going to be very difficult. I see and I feel that in this connection, things are no longer what they used to be. You are someone different now. And who made you different? The pain, the suffering, and the sorrow that I caused you turned you into a different person. And now I'm wiser. To you, it may not seem like that because there's a lack of communication between us. But I wish that you could see that part of me that is no longer immature and stuck and stubborn. I have learned from my lessons now. I have learned from my mistakes. I don't want to repeat anything. I don't want to be that same person that I used to be back then. In this connection, I feel this sense of relationship, this friendship that I have with you, and I want to increase it. I want it to be more than what we have. I want to be in a long-term committed connection with you, a relationship. Many moons, many nights have gone by where I've just stared at the ceiling, lying awake in bed, thinking, contemplating how wonderful it would be to be loved by you, to be with someone like you. And I like what I see, how you are with others, and how others are with you and how they treat you. I just wish and I desire that these feelings that I have, I wish that I could be in this connection with you in that way. However, things have changed. Now I'm coming to this realization of the sadness, this aha moment, that yes, I've lost everything. But now I see why I lost it, because I see things through your perspective, through your lens, through your eyes. I am in your shoes. I never thought of things like this before, but now I experience the things that you have gone through. And I understand why you behave and act the way that you do. It never occurred to me before. Right now, you are someone that holds a lot of power. For this reason, you make me feel very powerless. You're not trying to do that on purpose, but it just happens. It's very natural. And what I feel is that in this connection now, you have the ability of making me weak in the knees. You do make me weak in the knees and emotionally vulnerable. And it's very difficult for me to move on in this connection because I feel so weak. I feel powerless. The temptation that I feel, the allure, this attraction that I have, it's beyond words. You can seduce and you don't even have to try. It just happens. I do feel that in this connection now so much has happened that I feel extremely overwhelmed with feelings and emotions that do need sorting out. There's a part of me that has a lot of mental anguish, anxiety, frustration, impatience. But my mind is a mess. It is all over the place. There needs to be a focus, discipline. However, there is hesitation coming from my side because of what I've done, the way I've behaved, the things that I've said. Overall, right now, I am obsessing over you. Obsessing over the things that I've said, the things that have happened between us, and obsessing over you as an individual, how wonderful you are, and how I would like to be with you. It's hard for me to talk to you. I become breathless. I become nervous. And all of this, I wish I felt and I knew before. But I can confidently say all of the things that we have gone through, the things that you've endured, and the way I see things now, it has truly made me wiser. I am no longer the same person that you knew back then. I have changed. All right, Libra. Lots of changes going on here. Your person of interest is in a pickle. Now they've changed and now they think, wait a minute, is it too late to connect with my Libra? For those of you, on a side note, that know what it is that my voice is like, I am sorry, I have a cold, just the tail end. Hopefully it will finish and I will sound not so cracked. My voice, I can hear it cracking. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So there is truly a lot going on here. The good thing is, Libra, your person of interest really needed to get that wisdom. And the wisdom comes after hardships have come through. And this is a hardship right here. The grief card does talk about genuine heartbreak. This person actually is very sad now. And it usually makes me very happy to see that the cross-watcher, if it is resonating with the cross-watcher, that they have regretted, that they have learned their lesson, that they are sad because of any type of actions that they took towards you that were bad. Bad meaning unhealthy, misleading, lies, betrayal, that type of stuff. So there is a sense of regret here, and that is good. For a small portion of you, Libra, this could be your reading as well. Just you itself, you may be feeling this grief as well. And a tiny portion of you, listen, this is a general love reading. It's not going to resonate. So, don't force it. If you feel that if you're resonating with it, if it feels very natural to you, then yes, it's okay. But sometimes you may feel a little iffy here and there, don't assume that this is truly what this person is feeling and thinking, because it might literally not be your story. If you feel it, you will know it. You'll know that this is your story, but don't force it. Also, if you don't know who this person is, sometimes people are like, I don't know, I'm not thinking about a person. Typically what I've seen, that this person is somebody from your past who has popped up in this reading. This reading is only for those of you that have already had an attachment with somebody, or even any type of remote attraction, or if somebody else was attracted to you. That feeling comes in, it comes through. This kind of channel that I have, it is more of me looking into someone's emotions and feelings. It's not predicting, oh, there's somebody new coming. In the end, sometimes I do have the Archangel Answer card. Sometimes that does indicate some type of good news opportunity. But this reading itself, the type of readings I do, is just to see what your person of interest is feeling. All right. I have here the beginners. Nope, not the beginners. This is the Lover's Path Tarot. So with the Lover's Path Tarot, I like to see what it is that happened in the first place that caused this relationship to go downhill. Things were okay in the beginning, but then what happened? For those of you who are new, these cards I read in the reverse. And this is for those of you that may have had that lack of closure. The person started to not communicate with you as much as they once did before. For those of you where this person may have simply ghosted you. All right, we have here the Three of Cups and the King of Cups. With the Three of Cups, this talks about not truly wanting to celebrate because there's a lack of joy and happiness in one's heart. Here, we also have a problem where it talks about a celebration involving the feminine energy. Maybe somebody here, it talks about the celebration involving women, but it could also be celebration involving men or even they, okay? So it's in between too. It's just that it's a celebration involving a bunch of people, any gender, any orientation. But the fact is that it's celebration, and the problem is that there's a sense of overindulgence that is not healthy. There's a sense of procrastination. Of course, that's not healthy. And the card suggests that it's time to get back to work. Okay? So, overindulgence and procrastination, that is something that happened in this connection. Your person was overindulging. They may have been splurging, spending money on habits, on certain things, maybe truly hanging out with a lot of people, maybe with a lot of women, drinking late at night, and you find them sitting on a couch with like 3 or 4 women around, really hot and sexy, and you're coming in with your child on your hip, and you're like, buddy, where have you been, right? Weird scenarios, guys. A lot of things happen to a lot of people. But here I do see that this person, unfortunately, was overindulging. There's a sense of overindulgence here. And procrastination. So, with these two things, I typically have noticed what happens. Overindulgence because they are trying to distract themselves from an obligation or a responsibility. That's one thing. That's why this issue occurred. The other thing is the procrastination. They don't want to take that responsibility, right? Instead of doing it, they're just, okay, maybe tomorrow. Never gets done, right? Procrastination, maybe committing to the connection. But there's something here where there was a sense of procrastination, which equals fear. That's the reason why they're not doing it. Overindulgence is to distract themselves from what really needs to be done. So that's something that your person of interest was going through at the time. Here we also have the King of Cups. The King of Cups here, it talks about how this individual lacked maturity, wisdom, and integrity at some point in time. Someone who symbolizes these forces, but they really weren't able to prove themselves. Here we have a desire to have more control over one's aspirations and the need to stop fantasizing and finally get back to work. The individual was very inconsistent and unreliable. Okay, So, unfortunately, Libra, not all of you, but some of you were dealing with a person that was unreliable, inconsistent. They were doing many things in terms of procrastination. They were overindulging. You're dealing with somebody that may have been a wild one, almost. Somebody that doesn't really follow the rules, but also somebody that's just simply immature. Somebody that may be very inexperienced. So you do realize, you remember you just had the wisdom card right there, remember? Okay. That is something that's recent. This is something in the past. So that's a good thing. That means that this person was like this before, yay, but now they are wise. So that's actually a good thing for you. Thank God. Wow, this person really grew up. And this, unfortunately, Libra, this only happened after things really got bad between the both of you. And this person may have contacted you, maybe they didn't, maybe they just kind of ghosted you. But whatever happened, you made a mark in their heart and in their mind. And if somebody actually becomes wise because of it, they learned a lesson from you. That means in this lifetime, this particular connection, you were meant to be in this person's life to teach them a lesson. That was your role, right? And here, this person now is wiser, but the problem is, how do I talk to my Libra after the stuff I put them through? Oh my goodness, how did you tolerate this person? Oh, that is a lot of patience, guys. A lot of patience. And this is, I'm not saying this is you guys know this is a general love reading, but the ones that are resonating with this, I don't know how anybody would have the patience. It's love, right? It's love. But there's a limit. There's a limit to love too. You can't be a doormat. No, you can't be a doormat. Why? Why be a doormat? There's no reason to. You have to have that level of respect. This person started taking advantage of you, of your good nature. And it came to the point where it's almost like I'm seeing, not that you're naive. Some of you are naive, but what I'm seeing here is that the compassion, I'm getting the word compassion. You were very compassionate towards this person. So you were giving them, like they say, I don't know if I'm using this analogy correctly, but giving them enough rope. Unfortunately, the end of that is giving enough rope to hang themselves with, but that's not what I'm trying to say. Just giving them enough leeway. Just letting them, okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'll take care of this. I'll do this. You just be happy. I'm just happy to be with you. Like literally a doormat, but I don't want to use the word doormat. You just were very compassionate towards them. You gave them many chances. What I'm seeing here is that that's your nature. And unfortunately, this person started to take advantage of that good nature. And when this individual at the time, when they did that, they were very heartless. They did not see all the energy or the effort. I'm getting the word hesitation. So because of what they did, they are hesitating a lot. In terms of moving forward in this connection. It's so funny, these words, it's like a pop-up. I just see them. It's so weird. Hesitation, I'm seeing that again. The more I do this over the past few years, the more intuitive I become. The more things I see, I sense. All right, guys. Here we have the Beginner's Tarot. Okay. And with these cards, I have a look at what it is that your person of interest is going to do in terms of, like, what's their plan, any actions that they're going to take. Oh my. Yikes. This could be a forbidden connection to some degree. It is not supposed to be happening, or this person may get in trouble, or maybe you might get in trouble, but you're not really supposed to be together. There's something here that this person's hiding. It's a sneaky card. We have here the devil. I'll go over that in the end. Your person of interest is addicted to you sexually. They do feel that you are absolutely tempting. It's difficult for them not to think about you in this way. This does talk about inner turmoil and obsession in the form of envy, wanting to have you, having sensual desires that are beyond their control. So now that we got that out of the way, it also talks about fear and paranoia. In addition to that, with that fear and paranoia, there's this fear and paranoia that they cannot let go of you. It's like they feel that they're tied to you. As soon as you leave, or as soon as one person leaves this connection, there's this zap that you get, and then you come back. It's because both of you are spiritually bound together. However, this is the devil card. So the spiritual binding here is almost toxic in nature, in a way. Maybe you don't feel like that, but your person of interest, this is coming out from their end. So they feel that this is what their problem is. Here we also have the King of Wands. For a small portion of you, it could be a third-party situation. Your person of interest really is very passionate towards you, but they feel that you are taken. You are busy elsewhere, and that they can't have you. If that's not the case, your person of interest has a heck of a lot of passion, like we mentioned before. And this passion, it runs very deep, but they also want to give you a solid offer. They want to take care of you. They want to be with you and give you passion here. One of the issues, though, is a few things have happened in this connection where I'm getting, again, the word hesitation, where they are hesitating moving forward. And with the Two of Swords, this person's blindfolded. So they have deliberately put themselves in this situation where they cannot see, they cannot hear, they do not want to talk, they have the swords across on their chest. They're not discussing anything. They don't want to talk about it. So this is something that is happening beyond the conversation that you should be having. They're just not having it. They don't want to. But then all of a sudden, literally, it's like in between these cards, there should be another card where they have this realization. And then you got the Chariot. Speed. Rushing back to you because they have finally made a decision. You remember you had the Crisis card. Crisis card was there before, I believe. When you had that card, that talks about not really being able to make a choice, to make a decision, because they're extremely overwhelmed with all of the things that are going on in their life. There you go. That is absolute chaos. Crisis. They're in a crisis. So what are you going to do? Do you go left? Do you go right? In a crisis. This person finally found where they need to navigate to. And now they are. Their angle here is coming directly towards you. So they have realized that you are their special person and they want you, unfortunately, by hook or by crook. Now this is not 100% a positive card. It's positive in a way where, yes, the person is going to approach you. And that's perfectly great. The problem with this card is that it's a sneaky card. It's a Seven of Swords. It's a toxic situation when it comes to, let me rephrase that, okay? It's toxic because you are not supposed to be together. That's what I'm getting with the two and the combo here. Now, it's not going to resonate for all of you. It's a general love reading. For a small portion of you, what I do see here is that you are stuck in a situation where you feel bound and you can't really move beyond that. And someone here, your person of interest, is going to want to reach out to you, even though there is some sort of restriction around the situation, around the connection. This literally could mean that both of you, and I've mentioned this before in other readings, both of you are working, for example, for rival companies. You're both working for 2 different companies and you're not allowed to date or talk or whatever. Because of this, there's that restriction. For others of you, it could literally mean that one person is married and they're having an affair and they're not supposed to be caught or not supposed to be talking to this other individual because it's sneaky behavior behind the scenes, trying to get away with something. This person's trying to get away with something. It could also mean that you have no idea that they're coming from a different background altogether, whatever their history is, and they may be sneaky towards you. So all I could say in general is be careful with this individual. Try to know all the facts, try to know the truth, and then make your judgment according to that. Do I see this person reaching out to you? Absolutely yes. And they're going to do it even if they get in trouble. It's, again, very impulsive energy. It's almost as if when they know that they can have you, they become a kid again. Remember how they grew wiser and that was just great? But then here it's like, oh, okay, I can actually like talk to this person again. I can be with this person. I can go see them. All of a sudden they get giddy and they just become this like adolescent person, and then they come towards you and they're rushing. So whenever this person comes to you, Libra, you be the person with the cool head. All right. You lead the relationship, because I don't see this person. I see them making a lot of mistakes and maybe even getting in trouble in terms of somebody getting caught. Okay. So try to be the person that's very level-headed here. And most likely it'll have to be you that's going to lead. And that's perfectly okay. You are dealing with a king here. You're not dealing with a page. You're not dealing with a knight. This is somebody who really knows what they want. They want you. It's just that their way of doing it might not be 100% the best for either them or you or maybe both of you. But they are coming towards you. That's excellent. And they're rushing. So you might actually be caught unaware. You'll be like, oh, you might be doing something completely unrelated and boom, you get this message, hey, I'm going to meet you at 5 o'clock outside your workplace or something like something like that. And it's so unexpected. So I would say expect the unexpected, because you do have here the Chariot, and that talks about rushing. It talks about speed. This is not somebody that's coming into your life very slowly. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. All right. We have here yes, followed by remain positive. We have romance. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. All right, you have quite a few cards here. Yeah, unlikely under the bottom of the deck. So earlier, like I said, expect the unexpected. Okay, there's going to be something here that's going to happen, and you might not be prepared for it, but because I'm giving you, a heads up, just keep that in mind. Interesting. You have a very straightforward, I could just read this in a sentence, and I'm going to do so, Libra. Your message from the angels, it is this. Yes, dear Libra, do remain positive. Spiritually based romance is in the air. No, don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing. But do look for a sign. This could be signs and synchronicities, even red flags. So be careful. You will have to wait in order for this situation to resolve itself, in order to move forward. There is going to be a waiting time. And the things that you thought, the plans that you had, the fantasies that you had, the way things will play out, it may be unlike what you had planned. Unlikely it will turn out the way that you thought. It will turn out different. But romance will come. You will just have to wait and remain positive. That's your reading, Libra. That was a very direct message. Very direct. It's very focused. It's very focused. So I do see the reason why it's focused is because I see that your main focus is, when is this person coming back into my life? That's what it is. And so here, their focus is also, they want you to remain positive. They don't want you to become negative in any way. So don't stop giving and receiving that positive energy. Keep that positive love flowing. And definitely look for a sign. Yes, this could be positive signs and synchronicities, but also look for red flags. Maybe certain things that you didn't see before. Maybe that's why this person's coming back in a slightly sneaky kind of way. Maybe they were doing something before that you were unaware of. So you may recognize that, oh, they're doing this now, and actually they used to do this before. It may give you better guidance in terms of what you need to do going forward and what steps you should take. Libra, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity, some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. For those of you who are new, I do have another channel called Asnointia Audio. It is a YouTube channel, and it is absolutely free to have a look at the videos that I have. They're full videos, and it is mainly on relationships, past life and spiritual kind of connections, as well as the most recent I uploaded. It was on negative energies, what and who are negative energies, how to get rid of those things, how to avoid them. And that's your reading, Libra. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys again. Take care. Bye now.